My name is Pankaj Patra. I'm the Chief Information Officer for Brinker International.
Hi, I'm Adam Dingman. I'm the Vice President of Operations Services for Chili's Bar and Grill.
Brinker International has two primary brands, Chili's and Maggiano's Little Italy. And we have one virtual brand, it's just wings. We have 1,600 restaurants worldwide. Primarily, 1,200 of those are in the US, corporate owned. We serve nearly 1 million guests every day, and we have a strong team member base of almost 100,000 serving those guests on a daily basis.
Chili's started in 1975 in Dallas, Texas, an iconic brand known for burgers, margaritas, where you could come have fun.
Back in 1983, once Norman Brinker took over Chili's, it was all about how do we make guests feel special coming into our restaurant. Norman was a visionary, and it was fun time.
We still have fun.
They still have fun, yes.
We have a lot of fun.
Exactly.
As we've evolved throughout the years, we're really focusing on our core four food items. We look at burgers, our sizzling fajitas, chicken crispers, and then handshake and margaritas. We don't have a menu that's 40 pages, and it is really focused on our core food that is going to entice people. Doesn't matter if you're in California or in New York, you can go to Chili's and have a consistent experience.
The culture is really important to us. We want to make sure that every guest who walks in through that door feels special. So it's like no place else. We work hard, but we also play hard. And that's something which has been imbibed in every Brinker head. There is trust, there is collaboration.
Yeah, we are very intentional on how we engage with our team members at Chili's. We truly believe that if they're having a great experience, the guest will feel that. We want to serve consistent food and drink all the time.
And the core of that is, how do we do that? How do we make sure that our team members are delivering on that food perfection so that when it comes to the table, it's sizzling hot, like it's fresh. Technology plays a critical role in stitching all this together, from how the food goes to the kitchen to how it comes to the table. Every aspect of that experience has a technology component weaved into it. While it may not appear like that, but it's a critical part of what we do and how we do it.
When I started with Chili's 25 years ago, I was writing orders down on coasters. So now, with the advanced technology, we're able to be at the table, engaging with our guests, entering orders real time, and it shoots right to the kitchen. So they can just create accurate food in a timely manner and get it out to the guests.
Brinker has always been really innovative in terms of adopting technology, but again with the intent of how does this impact our guest experience and team member experience. Implementing a kitchen solution 15, 16 years back, people didn't know about it, but we were the first ones to make sure that we are adopting it with the core intent of how do we help our team members execute on the promises which we make to our guests. We are serving 1 million guests on a daily basis, and we cannot screw it up. And the only way we can do that is through automation, through technology. So I think the idea for us was to how do we make sure that the kitchen operations happen in a flawless way? What can we do so that once the food is ordered, it can automatically go to the kitchen, show up on a screen without anybody shouting or yelling or throwing a piece of paper. And this kitchen display system was a core part of how do we deliver that. So QSR has been a leading player in kitchen display systems. So when we look at systems, there are a couple of things which we look at. One, is it agnostic to any other system? We don't want to be tied to something which will prevent us from growing the brand from a technology perspective. And QSR was in a unique position from that perspective. We were looking for an awesome kitchen display system which can only do kitchen displays, and QSR basically came to the top of the list from our selection perspective.
Yeah, I think in addition to that is it's not only the product, but it's the relationship, the trust, and the partnership that we have and continue to have as the relationship evolves.
When we looked at Connect Smart Kitchen, our goal was to be able to look at all the capabilities which that brings to the table, and how does that line up with everything which we are trying to do. And it was like a symbiotic relationship, as Adam mentioned. What CSK does great is kitchen display systems, right? Like making sure that the kitchen is connected to the front of house. And it was a natural progression for us to go from where we are to the new product. So if you think about the system which we have today, it's been there for 15 years, it has served its purposes, but it also limits us in terms of what we want to do. And that's why we decided to go from our current kitchen display system to QSR Connect Smart Kitchen. When you look at pickup and delivery for our brands, QSR Connect Smart Kitchen helps us in many ways. The first is getting the order right to the kitchen in a way where it can be executed, packaged, for the guest to pick up. We also do a couple of other things which are really unique to the industry. We take the data which is provided to us by Connect Smart Kitchen and provide a code time to our guests in terms of when their food is going to be ready. It's very critical. So if you think about a Friday evening when we have 70 orders which come to us at the same time, we have to be realistic in terms of setting that expectation with our guests so they are not waiting when they come to our restaurant. And the speed of service, the data which is coming from the Connect Smart system helps us then deliver on those promises. We can get to a really accurate code time for our guests to know when their food is going to be ready. So when they come, the food is hot when they pick it up, and within a range of, I would say, a couple of minutes, they would be able to get their food.
Our to-go business is essentially 30% of our business. That's where Pankaj and the team come in. Without the technology, we wouldn't be able to make it happen.
As we went into the pandemic, everybody had a different version of what is going to happen, and we were learning every day, right? I remember the day, I think it was March 19th of 2020, when we were expecting 5% traffic drop, and within 3 weeks, it was 75% drop. And then over the next 2 weeks, we realized that dining rooms are going to get closed. The leadership team came together. It was, what do we do to remain viable in this situation? And that's how the whole virtual brand concept came into play. We knew we had kitchen capacity. How do we utilize that unused kitchen capacity during that time to provide guests what they need? Wings was core to us at that point. And without changing a lot of things for our team member and our guests, how do we implement it? And while it was an idea which basically caught fire, but essentially it was something which we were good at, we just had to expand it nationally. The technology team came together and basically worked through a couple of weeks and came up with a solution which we were like, this is perfect.
I think we were intentional in making sure it didn't take away from the Chili's brand. But to Pankaj's point, the parking lot turned into the dining room. So from an operations standpoint, it was how do you treat a car like a table and tie our culture and bring food that they enjoyed that was new and fresh. So they came back to Chili's, so we were viable after the pandemic. What I most appreciate from the operations perspective is that cross-functional partnership between operations and IT and how the technology was leveraged. So for us in ops, it was no different. You may have this virtual brand, but it's like it's being passed through the airwaves, popping into our kitchen, showing up on our screens, and all we're doing is cooking wings and fries and ranch and packaging it and sending it out the side door. So from an operations standpoint, it did keep us viable, and yeah, we sold more wings than we ever had, and that's only because of the technology that we were able to leverage.
So we were able to roll out It's Just Wings to 1,000 locations in a span of 1 week, and it became like a $180 million brand the first year it operated.
Prior to having Connect Smart Kitchen, we were really truly paper-based, which was not very user-friendly. And we were not really giving our all and delivering on that quote time and that promise to our guests. We really want to focus on order accuracy, missing items, really set ourselves up for success to make sure we deliver to our guests. With Connect Smart Kitchen, the teams can look right up on the screen, see the line builds, then it tells them exactly what to make and how to make it. From an ease and execution standpoint, that truly is game-changing.
And from a technology perspective, what Connect Smart Kitchen gives us is the real-time visibility into the kitchen operations, so that not only take care of what is happening, but also forecast and build a model to predict what can happen in the future so that we can get our team members ready. So this predictability in terms of operations and just making sure that we are letting our team members succeed is only through the lens of data, which is provided through Connect Smart Kitchen. Think about looking into a crystal ball and knowing what is going to happen. How do you do that? And that's the challenge which we are solving. Connect Smart Kitchen helps us with that.
We've got our off-premise business where we've got to deliver on an accurate quote time. So yes, picking up their order, it's hot and fresh, but then also at dine-in, what is most important is how the food just flows out, because not everything takes the same amount of time to cook. So it's just making sure that it all comes out in a timely fashion so it gets to our guests hot and fresh.
It's a symphony back there, and somebody who is basically telling everybody what to do. That's what Connect Smart Kitchen brings to the table. It's very intuitive, it's very self-explanatory, it's very seamless. QSR has learned a lot over the last 20 years as they have been working on this area. Not just from us, but from other players who use their systems. So we are leveraging some of those learnings also in our restaurants. So it is not just what Chili's thinks, but it's what the industry thinks, which is huge. If you think about A company like QSR and how they go about their roadmap, innovation, and how they think about it, it's a collaboration, right? I'm on the customer advisory board. We talk about what systems or what products the customers need. It's not about what technology can do. It's more about what are the challenges we are facing today, which technology can solve. And I think that's the kind of mindset we want to see in our partners, challenging us, but also listening to us. And that's really unique in terms of how this whole relationship has evolved. As we look at the evolution of technology and expectations from a guest perspective, expectation from a team member perspective, we are looking at how do we make it easier?
If we don't continue to evolve and make sure it's as easy as possible, then it's going to be harder to retain people.
So as we roll out Connect Smart Kitchen, how do we make it neat and clean in the restaurant? One of the decisions which we made is rolling out all-in-one screens. It's all built into that one screen. It's a touch screen which is very relevant to what our team members use outside of our restaurant today. I was in a restaurant yesterday getting some feedback from my team members on Connect Smart Kitchen. They love it. The way it presents itself, the line builds, the color scheme, the vibrant nature of the touchscreen aspect of it. It seems like we have given them technology which is at par with what they get outside. And that's what they love about it. I was talking to a director of operations yesterday, and she was expecting that there is going to be a lot of chaos because it's day one of the rollout. And I said, how was the lunch shift? And she's, I didn't do anything. They figured it out. They knew how to use it. And I think that's the power of Connect Smart Kitchen, to be that intuitive platform which team members can easily figure out what to do, and it doesn't disrupt what they are doing today.
It's this go live day of change where people aren't freaking out and they're grabbing their peer to say, come check this out. Let me show you. And it's just very, very intuitive. It's impressive. It's exciting.
So from a technology perspective, what the future holds for us is looking at what do we need to do to make that guest experience amazing and the team member experience amazing. We are seeing huge success with the all-in-one screens. If I'm a betting man, I would say that we are going to roll out all-in-one to the entire fleet. It's huge and it's exciting. It's exciting from a technology perspective, but it's also exciting from a business perspective, providing that system to the team members to see the smile on their face, to make their life easier. Working in a restaurant is hard, and anything we can do to make it easier, I think that would be my goal.